all for coming here today to the groundbreaking ceremony for the new City View Flats. My name is Marshall Jackson, and I'm the president of MBJ Development. I'm also perhaps the luckiest person here today. Not only have I had the privilege of working with a great group of people putting this all together, but I have the satisfaction of knowing that I'm adding needed housing to the city of Duluth. And most importantly, I've just been having a ball doing it. People have asked me, why Duluth? Well, perhaps Duluth is in my blood. My father lived and worked here many years ago as a young man, and I accompanied my family up here most summers when we were younger for the annual dog show and the parade and the boats, and just the beautiful scenery and people. And in fact, the building over there, Cascade Springs Hotel, used to be the Cascade Hotel, where I believe we stayed when we came up here some of the time. There have been some folks who have suggested that Duluth is kind of grimy and faded. Well, if you look around you, I think you'll see that they're wrong, and that we have a strong partnership of government, business, and the folks of Duluth who have all come together to make Duluth a strong, vibrant community now and many years into the future. So what is the City View Flats? City View Flats will consist of 96 market-rate luxury apartments and 10 rent-restricted units. Some of the amenities will include heated covered parking, rooftop party room with patio, exercise center with sauna, community room with kitchen, outdoor deck, four-season hot tub, motorcycle and bike parking, car wash stations, and also dog washing station, and much, much more. I want to take this opportunity to thank those who have put so much effort and time into making this happen. I wouldn't be standing here with gold shovels over there ready to be used if it were not for the consistent and hard work of my friend Wes Beaton, who also is Vice President of People's Bank Midwest that are financing this development here. I also want to thank my development team, including Nate Huber, Melissa Grotoff of Architectural Advantage, who worked many long hours in designing and engineering this project with us. Tim Huber of Johnson Wilson, who will be the general contractor of this project, and also Kim and John of Outdoor Advertising, who is also very helpful and partner in this project. Many long hours have gone into design and engineering of this project, and without all of their knowledge and experience, we wouldn't be standing here. I also wish to thank St. Louis County Commissioners and Director of the Minnesota Housing Finance Agency for their support in this development. And lastly, I want to thank my friends in the city of Duluth, Keith and Susanna, Emily, Heather, and Heidi, who have been so supportive in bringing this all together, and the city council members, who through their support of words and financing have brought this further along towards completion. And lastly, I want to thank Mayor Larson, who has supported this project and other projects and furtherment in Duluth through deeds and words. So with that, I will turn it over to Mayor Larson.
Jason and I were coming around the corner here, and to see people working and to see a crowd of people here to celebrate today, it is really exciting to be here. Perfect Duluth day, so we rolled out the great weather for you, Mr. Jackson. This is a $20 million project. There's a couple of things that are particularly exciting for me as a mayor. The first is that it is adding new units of housing, which we desperately need here in the city of Duluth. We know that through our own numbers and through our own outreach and through our own research. We also know that in the state of Minnesota, we are short housing units. And in my time on the governor's task force for housing, we have spent a considerable number of months really digging into what each community needs. So this project is adding new units, which we need, but it's also incorporating affordability. And I thank you and your team, Mr. Jackson, because that is a challenge sometimes to incorporate, but you have heard our message of what our community needs. And what I love is that this is one of those mixed income properties where you have a mix of people, just like we do in every city and every community. And we have projects that can meet that need. We stepped up for this project as a city in part because we believed in it, and we believe in you. We trust you. We like that you have a connection to this community. We know that this is a project that will create great jobs, and working with Johnson Wilson, who has been a great contractor in the past, through a project labor agreement, ensuring that we have good on-time work happening. We supported this project because it meant we got to work with the state of Minnesota in St. Louis County, and I think I've had more press events lately in partnership with St. Louis County, celebrating all the awesome things we're able to do together, which is great. That hasn't always been the case, but the county has been a great partner. In the state of Minnesota through Minnesota Housing Finance Agency, and you'll hear from Wes Butler, but the grant that you made available to this project, in addition to the tax abatement through the city of Duluth, in addition to the tax abatement through St. Louis County, but your funding for workforce housing is instrumental. And I can't say enough about how important it is for cities to have strong relationships across the state, because it is those dollars and that system that is really, really important. So on behalf of the city, and there are so many city representatives here from economic development. We have Heidi and Jason from community development. We have Keith and Adam, Councilor Zach Filipovich, Councilor Eric Forsman, Councilor Barb Russ, Nora Sandstead, our school board member. So we're crossing over here. All the politics are crossing over. That's because it's a great project, and we're really excited for you. So thank you for your investment. Thank you for choosing Duluth. We won't let you down. We know you won't let us down. We're really excited to help you be successful. Thank you.
Well, like Mayor Larson, it's really exciting to me to see this happen, to see this ground broken and uncovered at the moment, but soon to be covered by a wonderful set of units for people of all incomes. I used to live 1 block away up on the hill. I still own the property and rent to people, and I know that the people in this community need housing at the price rate you're going to have this housing available. That's very exciting to me. I also have represented this neighborhood off and on since 1987. And I know that what we need as much as anything is energy that is an energy that this will kind of show off, that kind of energy, that things are happening in the hillside, that the community that lives here can look at and be proud of. So thanks so much for doing that. We are an investor. We invested, like the city, $400,000 in tax abatement. That's a fairly big chunk for us. And in part, with a little pressure from the city back and forth, we pulled it off and we did it. But it wouldn't have been possible, and I want to do a shout out to Barb Hayden, our Director of Planning, and all of her staff. Barb, the person in red is hard to miss, and our Administrator Kevin Gray, and lots of other people were also good. But very exciting to see this go up, and I can't wait to get up to the top level and see what it looks like.
1 year from now.
1 year. Yep. And with that, Minnesota Housing Finance.
Well, thank you very much. I'm Wes Butler, Assistant Commissioner of Multifamily Housing at Minnesota Housing, and it's my honor to be here today at this groundbreaking. Minnesota Housing, our mission statement states to the effect that we believe housing is the foundation for success. And whether we're talking about housing for individuals like the Steve O'Neill apartments behind me here, or for workforce housing here on this side of the beam, it is really the foundation for success. And beyond the households or the people that live there, it's the foundation for success for the communities. And I think St. Louis County and the city of Duluth have demonstrated that within a partnership, you can really do some wonderful things. So we've made a $180,000 grant for this project from the Workforce Housing Program, which is a program to help Greater Minnesota meet the housing needs for the workforce housing. This project will meet that ideally for Duluth. So I want to thank all the people that have worked on this project. We making it a success and to bringing it to this point and to the point of construction and grand opening. So thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Kevin Whalen. I'm from People's Bank Midwest. We are the primary finance bank for this project. Like Marshall, I too have ties to Duluth. My grandparents were born and raised in the area. My mother was born here. I still have an aunt living here. I know they'd be very proud of what we're going to do here today. So it goes a long ways, and Duluth's a terrific location, great town, and what we're doing is just marvelous. I've known Marshall for many years, and he's done really well. This is the third project our bank is working with Marshall on, and we've all been extremely successful. So you county and city officials that invested in Marshall Jackson, you got to win it. I could go and thank everybody that's already been thanked, but the few people that haven't been recognized as our friends from Pro Title and St. Louis County Title. If it wasn't for them, Ken Bowden and his mother, we wouldn't be here today. They worked their tails off to get us closed, and St. Louis County Titles here in Duluth, Pro Titles, Twin Cities, and they've done a marvelous job. Also, the GDO law firm in White Bear Lake was also instrumental in getting here. It was a bit of a challenge to get to this date, don't you think, Marshall?
Yes, had some issues with some title.
And, well, the title got cleaned up, and here we are. So thank all those that helped. And mostly from our organization, West Meaden. Marshall's already shouted out to Wes, but Wes has put an enormous amount of involvement, time, and commitment in getting this to where we are today. Thank you, Wes. Finally, we don't do everything alone. We have other banking partners. Today we have some folks from First National Bank of Moose Lake. They're here to help us. Jerome Bennett and Tim over there. They're helping us the deal, as well as Northeast Bank of Minneapolis. So we're all working together to do a better thing for the city of Duluth here. Thanks for having us.
I just said you gotta move that whole pile.
Ready?
Sure. Yeah. 2, 3. We missed.
Message received. Great, got it. Good. Congratulations. Thank you so